Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Variouz Vibez podcast. I am your host, Leo Seasons, Leoseasonz. That's me. And today I got a special host with me today. You are, sir.
Micheal. Crank. Okay.
That's a little crowd.
All right.
So, today, obviously, you don't see the whole cast here today. So, that's what you get when you're watching the Variouz Vibez podcast. So, you never know. So, today we're going to talk about artists, local artists, things that we could do to get ourselves more known and out there. A lot of times, good.
Nigga, what?
Oh man, I just seen something. I think it's my peripherals. I seen something from my peripherals. You kind of moved a certain way, so I thought you was about to say something.
Nigga, I was just looking at you. Support, nigga, support. Go ahead.
Oh, how y'all doing? I just look handsome. I see myself on TV and shit. I ain't seen that before.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, but today we're gonna talk about some of the issues that's going on within the local artist communities. We focus on a lot of things instead of like doing things to help lift each other. And some of these conversations is well-needed conversations that we're going to have. So hopefully nobody take offense. If you do, oh well. But platform's open. If you ever need to refute something, come see the C. Come to the pod. So first question we're going to start off with why don't artists put out music consistently? Give me your opinion.
Well, damn. First of all, like I said, my name is Micheal, and I'm originally from Mississippi.
Damn! This is why you don't need to smoke before you do a podcast.
Hey, yo.
Because I just went straight into it. I love you, though.
Damn, this nigga dived in.
I love you,
These
though.
motherfuckers don't even know that I'm relevant enough to talk about this.
I love you, though. You do know that.
I love you, too, man.
All right, man. All right.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, today is my birthday. Shout out to me.
Oh, it's fuckboy day.
2-8. I'm 28. I'm still handsome, too.
Just to be real, he's a real one. Happy birthday to this punk. But either way, today is also the birthday of hip hop as we know it. So
Happy
shout
50th.
out to everybody that came before us that gave us this platform.
For sure. If it wasn't for the legends, we would not be here. And I'm thankful that I can even though I'm not famous or anything, I'm able to do certain things to help people and push things forward. Even though you're not the most famous or most well known, there's still things that you can do to help uplift each other. So blessed for that.
Yeah. But like I was saying, I own Crank Productions, and I also own FingerPrint Urban Dance Studios, which is a hip hop influence studio that teaches culture to kids and adults, one and the same. We also do entrepreneurship classes for all of our students. We do those classes within the basis of film, photography, dance, commercials, artist management, pretty much anything up under the umbrella of art and hip hop. So that's what I deal with, and that's me. Yeah, cool. Moving on.
That's awesome.
I didn't want to answer the question. What was the question again? What was the question again?
No, I'm glad that you was able to introduce yourself because I just went straight past that.
Do y'all even know this dude? You know this nigga?
Y'all know me? Oh no. I think they heard him. But why do you feel like artists don't put out music consistently?
I feel like you should answer that first, and then I'll rebuttal. Why don't you put out music consistently, and then why do you think your peers don't do it consistently?
All right, so
because everybody has their own reason.
All right, so for me personally, I tend to hold on to my music because I never. Let me take the headphones off. I tend to hold on to my music because I feel like if I can't listen to it and vibe with it a whole month from when I recorded it, or maybe a couple months later, I feel like I can't put it out. So like, it's really hard for me to just like put out just anything just because I think it's hard. I like to sit on it, you know, let it digest good. If it digests good, I can put that out.
Okay.
And a lot of times, you know, artists get, I ain't gonna say depressed, but you know, you can get stuck in your ways because a lot of people will hype you up to put out music, and when you put this music out, they don't support you. They don't share the music. They don't buy an album. You had a project out for 5 years, but they still don't buy it. They done spent so many dollars on, just waste their money on so many things instead of just buying your music. And a lot of times that can like put an artist in a certain headspace. Like, damn, why do I need to put this out? Why do I need to be in a rush if it ain't no fan base? If it ain't nobody demanding you, you know? So I can understand from that aspect because I had those type of thoughts. And you know, when you're not famous and when you don't have the financial means to just focus on music, life happens. So like a lot of us just deal with life too, you know. Some rappers can stay in the studio all day and record. Some people deal with life. Some people gotta work 9 to 5s or 12 to 12s, 6 days out the week, get 1 day off. So now they chilling. And that becomes a rhythm for like the next month. So now they're not putting out music every month. But you know, the best thing I can do is just continue to work through that and continue to drop, you know?
So why do you think other artists don't do it? Do you think for the same reason or just like similar life reasons?
Like I said, financial means. Like some people don't want to pay to get in the studio. You know, some people don't have a home studio for them to record, so they gotta pay to go get in the studio.
Whose fault is that? My point exactly. I'm leaving.
No. But I mean, like it can be the artist and it can be the engineer because at the same time, the engineer, if you're not that good at mixing, maybe you should try to build something with an artist where like maybe you record them like you record them for free once every 3 sessions, and that helps you work on your craft while making them not spend as much money. So, or it could just be like rappers y'all be talking about flexing and having all this money, but why you can't pay a couple dollars just to get in the studio? So it goes both ways. I was a person that I didn't have the best mixing, but I was charging like $5 to $10 for people to record songs. And it may have not been the best mixing at the time, but they was willing to come to me. So that meant something. So.
Okay. So I'm going to answer the question that you asked me in the first place because I kind of turned it on. Like, the reason I feel like artists don't consistently drop music or consistently make music, because it doesn't matter about the drop, because being consistent in music can mean I'm consistently writing, or I'm consistent. There's so many avenues you can say, oh, I am being consistent as an artist, right? Mm-hmm. And nobody, like you said, sometimes you hold on to your music, so people don't even hear your music when you get done with it.
Right.
I mean, so I think the reason artists don't consistently create and get their stuff recorded like they need to is because they think it's their plan C.
So you don't think people take it serious?
I didn't say that. I like to play soccer. That's my plan C. It's my hobby. Feel me? So I could be serious about my hobby, but I'm just not as serious as I am about my hobby as I am my job or the welfare of my family. Some people don't understand being an artist means you're an entrepreneur. And if you are going hungry and your family's going hungry, it's because of you. And some people cannot deal with that. That's my phone. Let me turn my phone off. In the midst of everything I was just saying.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, a lot of people do not understand sacrifice. They think they're going to be able to work the job and they'll drop one song and hopefully it'll pop off. It doesn't ever happen that way. Even if something becomes viral,
right,
it never happens just because you dropped it and people liked it. It's usually because it's hooked to something funny or something that's exciting for the viewer. It has to, or attached to the persona that you presented to the world. I just feel like artists are scared to just let go and let God. I also believe they're too lazy. In some situations, they're too lazy to plan. A lot of them are like, oh, I got this song. I need to drop it right now. And then they go and record, or they record it on their phone, and then they try to release it, and then they call me saying, hey, I need a video next week, right? Sorry, I got a second phone.
This man be busy.
Nah, so I feel like they'll call me asking me, I need this video done by the next week.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, we got to sit down and talk about it. You know, I need to figure out what your vision is. And a lot of them don't even have a vision. They're like, oh, just shoot me. You know what I'm saying? This song will pop off. But there still have to be some type of, okay, we're going to release it on this day. We're going to put this out before we drop the video. It's math. Mm-hmm. You have to plan. And that's why I just feel like they don't take it, like you said, as seriously. But at the same time, I don't want to say that, because you can take something serious, you can hold something close to you and still not treat it as if it's close to you.
Yeah.
Just like some people have kids and they don't see them every day, or they don't pay child support. Mm-hmm. They still hold them close, but they're not nurturing. You need to nurture. Man, that's crazy. Huh?
I mean, we can all do a better hand in. All right, so do you feel like I said, do you feel like engineers who don't necessarily get enough business, should they create bonds with artists where they're like giving free services?
Okay.
How you feel about that?
All right, so okay. So from my experience, like in the industry, I think you should charge what you think you're worth. Right? Okay. Right off the bat, no matter how sucky you are, if you think, oh man, I'm working really hard, you should charge that. But you should not be mad when somebody criticizes you. Mm-hmm. You should always, to prevent you from getting criticized behind your back or after you finish a project, make sure that the artist is honest with you and that you have that relationship with the artist, that the artist will tell you. And this is me saying to the artist too, because the artists do this shit to me. I was just talking to you about this yesterday. Yeah. They will say, oh yeah, I love it. And then they'll go home, they'll listen to it like 150 times. And then they'll say, oh, I don't actually like it no more. So when you said that about you listening to it like a month later, 2 months later, mm-hmm. How often do you actually listen to it? And I would be careful about over listening to your music when it comes out, because you could get tired of it and you could miss out on something that other people could connect to. But going back to the engineer, I do think they should charge what they think they're worth, but at the same time, they should take criticism when criticism is there.
And that's exactly why I like to hold on to my music. And I suck at putting music out, and maybe I need to listen to your advice. Let go and let God.
Damn. I don't know about just releasing music is not necessarily good too, because unless you have something else behind it, you have to have content behind it. You can't just drop a song and then a random running gun video with some effects that you saw Lil Uzi had on his video, or Trippie Redd had in his video, or NBA YoungBoy had on his video, and then think it's gonna pop off. It's not gonna happen like that.
So you think a lot of the issues are artists sounding too much like other artists?
I didn't say that. I said they feel like, I'm trying to say, have a plan behind it. You just can't just drop. You can't, because the whole like sounding like another artist thing.
Yeah,
that's to each his own. I don't think anybody sounds like anybody. I think you can bite other people. You can take their flow and all that stuff. Yeah, but you gotta find yourself. It's just, it depends on the artist, man. I don't want to say like anybody is like purposely sounding like these other artists, but it's very obvious when they do sound similar, you know. But I wasn't necessarily talking about how they may sound like another artist. I was saying how they may present like another artist. You know what I'm saying?
Kind of like Steak and Shake trying to present like McDonald's. Like they got cheeseburgers with the straight fries.
Exactly.
McDonald's got straight fries.
Yeah.
Sometimes y'all need to be crinkled, you know?
Yeah. Not everybody needs to have the same effect. Everybody know that the ecto, the outline with the multiplier and then the background moving and shit. Not everybody needs that in their video. It's kind of annoying at this point, but anyway.
Okay. Why do you feel like artists don't want to pay for studio time?
Because
whether that's, and not just talking about music either, but like cameraman, like why don't they want to pay for? Why do they feel like they're entitled to free work?
Because everybody believes they're gonna make it. Damn, that was a simple answer.
It was a simple answer, but
it was passive aggressive at the same time, because everybody really does think they're gonna make it, and then when they don't, they just give up. So ask me the question again, because I forgot. But that was.
I said, why do you feel like artists don't want to pay for studio time?
I think they don't want to pay for studio time because they're cheap, lazy, and they don't plan. I think a lot of them think other things are more important, like buying weed, alcohol, hanging out with friends,
video games,
V-Bucks, for y'all young cats. I mean, you have to prioritize your music. Anything that you're doing in life and you want to succeed, you have to prioritize it. That is like the foundation of entrepreneurship, is prioritizing your life. That's time, your money, and your relationships. So if you're not doing that, it shows in your music. So I think they don't record because they're cheap and they're lazy and they don't see the value in it. But I will say this. If you don't see the value in going into the studio and spending time in the studio, or you don't value sitting down with a videographer, planning out your video, it shows in your music.
I think that
it also shows how much you value yourself and your music. That's what it is.
I feel like paying for your studio time not only just mean that you're serious about your craft, but it shows like exactly how serious you are about your craft. Because so say you can't afford to go to a major studio and you have to go to somebody local. You know, you consistently go into somebody that's local and you build in like a brand with them, and they're getting like your rhythm down. Like that money that you're giving them can help them get other shit, you know, improve their studio equipment. So like I feel like artists should really take that more serious.
I don't think everybody is deserving of partnership either. Because
but listen, I'm not saying just a partnership, but like just paying to go to the studio. I got a home studio, but I still go to major studios whenever I want to get that extra sound.
I feel what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, quite a few times I thought I heard you say, like, oh, go so you can help them. You know what I mean? Like, you guys should be helping each other, right? But I don't think everybody's deserving in that. I think from experience, from the last like 6 years that I've done this, my experience is you can't give everybody your utmost attention. Even if they're paying, like money or whatever, some of them don't take it serious. So like the quality that you may be able to give one person may not be consistent because of the situation that particular artist presented to you. That's why I said the whole waiting 1 week before you contact me and then you want it the next day type shit does not usually work, because it's all about how you present things. Your social media presence is how people perceive you, right? If your perception is, oh, I need to hurry up and get this done, that's going to correlate directly to the art that you put out and the content that you put out. And everybody's going to be like, oh, he not serious. And that's going to forever going to be the initial presentation that you give everybody. That's how they're going to perceive you from the start. Unless you just magically pop off, but that's not a magical thing. People that pop off put in a lot of work and a lot of planning. But I was going to say, too, I also think they don't like to record in studios because the engineers don't necessarily treat everybody even either.
Yeah,
they kind of swipe everybody. It's hard for me to do that.
All right, so
as a videographer,
so check it. I've been mixing music for a long time, and I don't know the specifics. I kind of mix off sound, so I don't really know exactly what I'm doing, but I can get a clean mix. But since I know how to do that, and I kind of know what I'm doing, whenever I pay to go to a studio, a lot of times you can tell when the engineer is kind of playing around with somebody compared to like them working with an artist that come in there normally.
Or somebody that they like.
Or somebody that they like. So since I know how to mix music and know when somebody's like just wasting time, I'm like, yo, you should do this, and that. And they're like, oh, okay, And there's been times where like I've even recorded music for artists and I've been to that same studio and it just sounded like complete shit. And they're paying like top dollar for something and getting some terrible work because they're not a consistent payer, or that's not the type of music that engineer likes.
Right.
So I can understand the frustration with that. And that's why I said like some of us need to help each other, because like that's like I take that back.
Take what back?
We need to help each other.
Damn.
I know. That's kind of fucked up, but no, man, just like, man, artists just gotta know what they're doing. They gotta be more vocal. Like if you go into the studio and you know your stuff don't sound good, be like, yo, I don't like the way this sounds. Can you do this, and that? Don't wait.
In videography language, I don't like the way this looks. I don't like the way this is put together. Like talk.
And a lot of times, like when they're shooting videos, you just standing in front of a camera. How creative can you be just standing in front of a camera, rapping and doing all this?
Yeah.
I got videos where I'm just doing all this, but the music sounds good. So you can like, oh snap, this nigga snapping.
yeah.
But yeah, man. Yeah, it is. Artists just gotta you gotta take this stuff serious, man. You can't treat the rap game like it's a bowl of ramen noodles. It's not ramen noodles.
Everybody want to be Chief Keef. Everybody want to be NBA Youngboy. Everybody want to be Lil Uzi. or Juice World. That's what a high amount of people around here want to be. A Juice World. That's not necessarily the best thing.
But it's what's hot.
Is it though?
According to this generation, you know me, I like old school sounding music. But if something sounds good, it sounds good, you know?
No, I understand that. Mm. I'm saying, is imitation hot right now?
I think it used to be flattering because it's kind of like showing respect. But when it become repetition with no growth, then it's just like, what you doing? You know?
Say that again with no what?
Growth.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure. That's what you said.
Ain't that a quote or something like imitation is the most flattering compliment?
I've never heard that. All I know is imitation is bullshit.
Hey man,
I'm wearing FingerPrint on my shirt. Be your original.
I'm Leo Seasons, and I approve this message. This dude is crazy.
Motherfuckers.
Motherfuckers. That leads me to my next thing. Do you feel like local beef hinder growth in artists?
Local beef?
Yeah.
I'm a vegetarian. Let me stop lying. Local beef. Mm-hmm. Does it? No, I don't think so.
No?
I think it... Just like old school rap battles or old school like dance battles and stuff like that, because I'm a dancer. It's a test of might. That's what it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. So if you feel like you're getting dogged, you just suck. You need to work harder. And iron sharpens iron. So I think beef pushes forward.
I don't think so.
It depends on if you're talking about musical beef or you're talking about life beef. Those are two different things because you can have.
Okay, but like if a rapper don't like a certain type of engineering because he think you treating him funny, that can be a beef. It ain't got to necessarily be like, damn, since he don't mix my shit right, I'm finna go shoot his ass. But like that's somebody you're gonna spread. God. That's gonna be somebody that you spread misinformation about.
Shoot.
But I'm just saying though.
You heard that? That was my stomach. That's how I feel about it. It should never go that far. But I don't know. That's a good question because when you put that relationship together, the engineer and the artist, I think if an artist is not comfortable with the engineer, they should find someone else or figure out how to do it themselves. If you choose to stay in abusive relationship, musically, how can I say this? You have to stand up for yourself. That's it. You gotta leave it. Like, because honestly, if you think that person started off the relationship not giving you everything that they got, they're probably not going to give it to you later either. After you talk to them. Just because you cried doesn't mean you get a bottle.
But if you explain what you're crying about, you might get that bottle.
Yeah, you should definitely give criticism and give them a chance to fix the criticism. Give them a chance to grow because nobody can read your mind. That's why it's important to speak. It's not cool to be shy and then go cry to your friends. It's not cool to be shy and be like, oh yeah, I killed this song, but I didn't really like how you mixed it. If you said that, that means you left the studio without satisfaction.
Well, sometimes music do sound different, like when it's in the studio compared to like when you get in the car.
But you have to be aware of who you are. If you don't know who you are, that's how you get that confusion. Mm-hmm. You can go crazy in the studio and be all hyped up, but if you lose yourself in all that energy, and then you leave the studio and it's not the same energy that you thought it was, that means you need to self-evaluate while you're in the studio as well. That just means you're not in the studio enough. It kind of seems like you're a virgin in the studio.
Pop that cherry. Pop that. Pop that cherry. Oh, my bad. But yeah. Well, yeah. Sounds like artists need to know what they're looking for and
in themselves first.
Yeah.
They got you will never know what your sound is until you practice.
I feel that.
So how can you tell somebody, the way you want it to sound if you don't even know what your own sound is?
I remember I really love performing. That's I feel like that's something I'm really good at. I feel like I cannot be performing for weeks and just grab a mic and be.
Honestly, when I first saw you, you sucked. It's like you were scared.
I didn't feel that on the inside though.
You were excited, but I don't feel like you gave it as much energy as you do now.
I can say that my confidence grew.
You see what I'm saying?
But listen, I had to.
I'm not saying you were terrible. I'm saying because
you just said I suck.
Yeah, that's different from me. That's not the same.
Saying somebody suck is suck.
Is that low?
That's very low.
I'm just saying today's Leo is not yesterday's Leo.
Definitely not. But
that's what I'm saying. Like the quality. Okay, I think the first time that I saw you perform was with J Coast when J Coast was there at the 4-H building.
Yeah.
And
shout out J Coast.
That was before my kids even performed for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was the year before or whatever. But I was just there just to record. And I was like, damn, he cold as hell. I like it. I like his music. But you didn't move a whole bunch.
Cause I'm a big nigga. What the fuck I'm supposed to? And I'm clumsy.
Nowadays, you be talking to the crowd, and then you be walking around sweating your ass off and everything.
That's because I'm clumsy.
This man wearing a black shirt, you can see straight through it. That's how much he was sweating.
Sexy. You know what I'm saying? They call me Big Daddy, Big Caesar. Come on, man.
It's your birthday, but you can't have it your way, sir. All right.
I forgot where we was even going with the conversation.
That's what I'm saying. Keep up with your questions, man.
So, all right.
That's my shit. I'll save it for another day.
Okay, so do you feel like artists got to move to make an impact?
I think moving is the dumbest thing you could probably do. I think travel is the solution, not moving. Just because you go to a spot and you feel happy in that spot and you feel like a lot's going on in that spot, particularly bigger cities like Atlanta, Chicago, New York, places like that. Just because they have a lot of activity doesn't necessarily mean it's healthy for you to live in.
Right.
There's a lot of people that move to LA as actors or music artists, and then they become homeless because they didn't make it. They didn't think, what if I stay? So Cape, as an example, when I moved here, I learned that Cape is fairly cheap to live in in comparison to places around us. And there is a lot of people that are in pursuit of music here, but there's not enough culture being presented.
Yeah.
So it's still fresh for Missouri. And I think that's where you want to be. You want to be the one who leads the pack. And if you're moving away and you're moving all these places, you're meeting people and you're creating relationships, but you're also wasting time because every time you move, you start over.
Yeah.
some people need to move to start over, but don't move somewhere where you know you're gonna have to get a job that is going to be just enough for you to live. It doesn't make sense. Now they do have cheaper housing in these big cities, but I really recommend you find somewhere that's going to be quiet, that's going to allow you to focus a little bit more, and then allow you to travel to those big areas, because it's a lot cheaper to travel there and then come back rather than live there and then get distracted by all the things that's going on there. That's just me, because I travel a lot.
Yeah.
Doing film, dancing, and all this stuff. And what I do is, because I know bigger cities pay a lot more for different things, I go to those bigger cities and I come back home, and that money lasts me a long time. And that allows me to be more in my passion like I want to be. So that may be something that artists need to figure out. How can I make money outside of where I live? And then you guys will figure out, oh shit, I actually don't have to move. You will never succeed in promoting in your hometown. You will never succeed in doing that. Your hometown knows who you are. So your best bet is to just stay there for a relationship, but not success. You should go other places for that.
I feel that.
But that don't mean you have to move.
I never growing up, I didn't really travel much, so I always assumed like I had to move to make some type of change. But before the pandemic hit, I decided to start traveling, and I went to Atlanta, performed in a more mature adult lounge, like a hookah bar. Got a great response. I had performed Netflix and chill. Then that next month, I went to Miami, performed in front of a crowd of Miami people from all over the world. Everybody was coming here to perform, and I left with a really great response. And I did the same thing in Brooklyn, New York, Queens, New York. So here, a lot of people don't really show support, and when they do show support, it got to be like 20 motherfuckers showing you support just for them to be like, I like that comment or I love that post. And I just feel like the more you just like the more you stay in tune with yourself, like the more reactions you'll really get. Or that makes sense?
That comment you just made saying that they won't like it until other people like it is actually, I feel like it's untrue.
I think that's cap.
You know why I think it's untrue? I think it's about how much people see you. If they feel like they can touch you, you're not valuable to them. You're not valuable to them. If they see you all the time and they can call your phone at any day and say, "What's up, Leo?" You don't become as valuable as you would if they just saw you posting, you traveling, and they can't contact you. Perception. Damn.
Nah,
Go ahead.
I just
Bring it back. Man.
Nah, man.
Bring it back. Because I guarantee you, if you stopped commenting, stop posting for a while, stop answering text messages, and then was just like, I'm gonna just post content of me traveling, pictures of me in the studio.
But look,
pictures of me writing,
so
all these different things, and then release shit without any contact with people. You are changing the perception that other people have on you. So I really think that strengthens who you are to them.
I really believe that people got to see you getting love first. So I recently started using TikTok, And once I started promoting on there, I screenshotted like all the engagement that I was getting. I was getting thousands of views, quite a few likes, quite a few comments. And I posted that on my main social media on Facebook. And now that people see that, they're liking my stuff more. I've been having the same pinned tweet on my Twitter account of this music video I've been promoting since July of last year. And since they've been seeing my engagement, now it just got retweeted. That same post been sitting there for a year. Never no retweet. People didn't like and comment on any other tweet before. And I'm sure it ain't the first time these particular people go on my profile.
So you think, and this is going to answer a lot for yourself as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you feel like people will not like your stuff until other people like your stuff. That's exactly what you just told me? Yes or no?
That's how I feel, yeah.
Okay. So is that how you feel when you see other people's shit?
No. Because I either like it or I don't.
So what makes you think everybody else doesn't think that way? They either like it or they don't. Think they need some type of influence?
Yeah. People love to follow a trend.
I feel that.
Oh, damn, he got a lot of love on this. Let me go be fake.
There are a lot of sheep.
You know, it just, I don't know, bro. I've been doing this shit for a long time. So, like, I just know when it's fake. I know when it's real. I know when it's genuine. I just know, bro.
Or maybe they changed.
They changed?
Yeah, whoever you're talking about, because I feel like you're
right. I'm not talking about a specific person. I'm just saying, like, people in general.
Yeah, I get you.
It can be. So you saying that I
think there's two sides.
No, listen.
I do think there's two sides, though. Now that you just said that.
So are you saying that you have family members on your, well, it don't have to be your particular family members, but you got people that's been very in tune with your creation. You've been posting things. Are you telling me none of these people seen it at all? None of these people went back to buy anything? These people didn't never go back to share something?
If they didn't care about you in the first place.
I can feel that.
So that coincides with what you said. Motherfuckers won't like it unless somebody else likes it.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, I believe that, but I really think that sometimes it could mean quality, or they just simply just don't like it, or
it could
maybe
be
you're talking about something that they don't want to like, and it'll mess with their perception from other people. You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel you.
So like that feel good music, that's like something that I share, because I'm like, yeah, that's the energy that I want my people to see me as, right? So I think about shit like that. I don't like everything that you post. I don't like everything that everybody else posts. I don't even think I hardly get on Facebook and scroll.
Mm-hmm.
I post my content and I get off. But I don't know. That's a good question, though. Tell us why you guys don't like our post.
Why you haven't bought an album? Tell me how much money that you spent.
Tell him because he ain't dropped nothing new yet.
Even when I drop projects, certain people don't buy albums that should be buying my albums. The people that want me to put music out so bad, why haven't you spent $5.99?
Bruh, I got all his shit for real. I've been telling him he need to get it vinyl and put it. Man,
vinyl coming soon.
Bruh, you don't even know.
So,
if you don't know the difference between the way a vinyl sounds and how it sounds on your headphones, bro.
What's the point of a vinyl if your music don't sound good?
Man.
Everybody don't need a vinyl.
Man.
But I will have a vinyl.
I feel like everybody needs to listen to a vinyl. It's different. It's different. Go ahead.
Why do you feel like artists don't support other artists?
Because they're in competition.
Is it a competition?
It is. It's a race. Everybody has time constraints. Everybody wants to be on top. It's a crab bucket concept. at the same time, I really think it's low self-esteem.
I think that's bullshit. That's how you just said how mine was. I think because, well, I take that back. I don't know why I said that, but I've shared artist music. I have a whole promotion page where I share artist music videos. Why are you looking like that?
Go ahead, man. I was about to.
You look like Bill Cosby, but no, but
the fact you popped your lips like that was sus, bro. Go ahead. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy
anyway,
birthday. Happy birthday.
No, I have a whole promotion page where I share artist music, and I did it for years, and not just on that page. Like I did it on social media. If somebody drops something, I'd share that, but I don't get that same type of love back. Like, why do you feel like artists are scared to get that same type of love back? And they scream, support me. And if you got artists supporting you, why you not want to support that artist, but you still want these 30 random ass niggas in your videos?
I still think it's low self-esteem. I think because they're afraid to lose. I think they compare themselves to their peers too much. The ones that focus on themselves are the ones that usually succeed. The ones that seem like they don't have a lot of access to the world and are not responding to any and everything that's a trend are usually the ones that come out to be the most original ones that everybody falls in love with. So I do think it's low self-esteem and not knowing who they actually are. Like, as an artist, you have to know who the fuck you are.
Message.
Strike it. Right. That's it. That's my answer. Not rebuttal. Even though you tried already. Because I still think it's self-esteem. I really think when you get down to the root of it, motherfuckers are scared that they're going to lose. That's why they don't want to share none of the niggas' shit. Because they scared, oh, my fans gonna go to them. They don't realize, like, I listened to Wayne, Drake, and J. Cole in one day.
If anything, you'd think they'll be like, damn, maybe my fans might fuck with his music and maybe we should collab together.
Yeah, I hope I make it on his playlist. The more playlists you end up on, like, think about that. If you support everybody and everybody puts you on their playlist because you supported them, that's wild. That's wild. Bruh. Like, we're not talking about, like, Spotify playlists or whatever. I'm talking about SoundCloud because I'm a DJ. Nobody uses SoundCloud.
Do you feel like DJs are not important? Do you feel like DJs aren't doing their job to get artist music played? Because how many parties have you been to, or how many parties have you heard of? Damn, this DJ was playing such and such music. Every time you get on Snapchat, it's always the same. Whoever's popping music. Never know local artists. Why is that?
DJs birthed hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
They birthed hip hop.
Yeah.
So our moms birthed us, but we don't want to live with them our whole lives, right? So the hip hop culture, I feel like, has gotten away from giving thanks to the DJ. They have access to radios, headphones, their own sound systems, open mic nights. And a lot of them don't have DJs that are always there at the bars or any event center or whatever. So I think it's just the neglect of DJs. I wouldn't say DJs aren't doing their job because, well, is it the DJ's job?
You said, is it the DJ's job?
Yeah. If we're neglecting them, is it the DJ's job? Is it our mom's job to protect us after we move out of the house if we're about to jump off a building.
Okay, but
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. If we're and then we're saying fuck you to her the whole time. Do you expect her to stand up for you? That's wild. You can't say, well, she my mama. Anybody would get tired of that. I think DJs are tired of neglect. No, not neglect is a strong word, but I really think it is neglect because we don't give them as much thanks and we don't give them the power to put our music out.
Oh, we don't give them the power.
We don't go to parties anymore.
Yeah.
Everybody, don't nobody want to pay for a DJ. Everybody want, let me get the aux. Let me hook up to the Bluetooth. Oh, I got Spotify. So how dare you say that it's the DJ's job when we've replaced them?
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
I feel that. No, I said that to everybody.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like people, and think about this. Most artists don't even think about DJs. This is a big problem for me.
I'm thinking about the DJs.
I know you are. Most artists don't think about the DJs. When a band, this is my pet peeve right here. When a band shows up to a club or a bar or some type of event, they come with a crowd, right?
Yeah.
Naturally. They have 3 to 5 people in a band, right? Or even more. But they bring sound systems, they bring memorabilia, they bring things with their logos, their brands on it. In the hip hop world, we don't do that. The DJ used to be a part of us. Like even till this second right here, there's DJs that travel around with artists and do tours. So the lower level, it baffles me that the lower level artists of right now, of today, don't think, oh shit, maybe I should bring a DJ with me. Maybe I should have a concert mix. You know, like if you're actually studying your art, those are things you should have caught on to, like, from the rip, because you need those things. If you're trying to make everything, if you're trying to make everything me, I'm gonna record myself. I'm going to do this myself. You're giving yourself more jobs, and so you're causing your focus to go away from your main initial goal, which is music. So the DJ helps facilitate your show, the energy. DJs also used to MC. The bigger ones still do, but I feel like because DJs don't play a big role in that lower level, they don't learn to do that until later, unless they're pressured or the community around them hypes them up to do that. So I think that's another conversation. So
start it.
I mean, I just did. I mean, why is it when hip hop artists show up, they show up by themselves or with a friend or their girlfriend, but with nothing else? They don't even bring their own mic. They don't bring their own gear. They don't have their own cameraman. So for me, at Crank Productions, that's why I really wanted to focus on not only just the video aspect or the media aspect, but presentation.
Yeah.
The reason a lot of bars don't want hip hop artists in there, for the most part, is because they think hip hop is bad. But in reality, we know that's all bullshit, because hip hop, America is hip hop. America lives off of hip hop. They couldn't survive without hip hop.
Facts.
But it doesn't make sense that we show up by ourselves with nothing to offer the crowd. If you want somebody to, it's as simple as this. I have a song and I get up at open mic night and I make a t-shirt with the name of that song on it with a normal print. You can even fucking write on it and then put a signature on it. Some people will just buy it just to support you. And there's your money that you need for the studio. Bands have caught on to that. And at one point, I feel like hip-hop artists did that. With CDs.
I think it's coming back in style now. Like Travis Scott, he released a bundle with...
That's Travis Scott.
Well, Leo Seasons, he's dropping the various, the VibePrint album. And, it's going to have a little bundle with it.
So I study music all the time, right? So a big thing right now is K-pop. K-pop is basically...
Korean pop music.
Yeah, but I'm saying... Oh, I wasn't going to say that, but I was going to say... Yeah, it's what it is. But it's basically a bite off of the American hip-hop community.
Yeah.
/ pop community, which is based off of hip-hop. Anyway, so they took everything that we left behind because we got lazy. And they capitalized on it. And that's why K-pop is becoming big. Almost as big as hip-hop is in the world. Because we neglected it. And that's why artists are starting to come back with those packages. They make more money. The reason they sell so many CDs and so many hard copies is because they give memorabilia. They give things for people to get excited about.
Yeah.
So if you show up and you're, hey, oh, that's my shit, and then you ain't got no shirt that says, that's my shit, you're fucked up.
I'm catching all type of straight bullets right now. It's fucked up out here.
It's crazy.
Artists, take your music serious. Create some merchandise. Give people something to make them feel like they're in touch with you. Make it feel like they're interactive with you.
Also, stop trying to take on every job within the industry.
Another straight bullet. But I'm all about, hey, if you can't find somebody to do it or teach you how to do it yourself.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. But there are people like me, or there are always up and coming videographers, photographers, other music artists, engineers. You have to look for them. And if you're studying, like I know all the videographers around here because I study them. I study everything. I know all the current dancers. I know the old ones because I study my craft. If you're really studying and you're really about what you say you are, you would want to work with all these people so you're not having to do all the work.
For sure.
It's easier to go up that hill without carrying all the bags.
Like I said, when I first started making music, I was broke as a teenager. I didn't have a job up until the legal age of somebody being able to have a job. So I had to teach myself how to do this stuff.
Why you put it like that?
What do you mean?
Why you put the legal age of somebody having a job?
I mean, shit, that's what it was. I could not get a job till I was 16. You know what I'm saying? Recording off Logitech mic. Shout out to the Submarine. Rest in peace to them people. That's fucked up. But I had a Logitech mic. That bitch was like $5. We stole it from Dollar General. We used to record.
Sorry.
But yeah, we used to record off a little Logitech mic, $5 mic. Had to work our way up. And then when I was finally able to buy something that was more expensive, got it off an engineer that recorded one of my first songs in the studio that made it sound good. Looking back on it, he scammed me. But I was willing to invest in myself to have better sound. I got older, I just kept on making more investments, and sound kept getting better, and I kept getting newer shit.
That's good.
And artists, if you feel like that's the route you want to go, do that.
I just highly, I don't recommend it after a certain point that you start doing everything yourself.
But if you have to, do that. Now I have my own.
There's no reason you should have to.
But listen, I have my own studio, but there's certain songs that I cannot mix. So that's whenever I go to pay for studio time.
I understand that.
So like
mixing becomes a part of your world though.
Yeah.
Going outside of your world is where I'm talking about. What?
What do you mean by that?
Like, as in, like, I'm gonna record my own music video because I saw. Who was that? Was it Logic that records his own videos?
I don't know shit about Logic.
Or Russ.
I don't know nothing about Russ either.
Russ records his own shit in his house.
Like Hobson.
Yeah, they just record their own shit.
Okay.
I don't think that's good for everybody.
I agree.
And a lot of people start to think, oh, I'm going to do this shit by myself since nobody's supporting me. No, the reason you're not being supported is because you're not working with other people.
And you might not
too
have
hard
good
to
shit.
work with.
You said they're too hard to work with.
Yeah.
What that mean?
They're annoying. They don't know how to work with other people. They're too full of themselves. They think they've made it before they've even made it.
I know a few.
I've been doing this over a decade now. And every single time I get a new artist, they're like, hey man, I'm just looking for somebody I can build with and we can both get on. Like, bro, I done work for Under Armour, AT&T, Amazon. I done worked for, I've been on set with Lotto, Moneybag Yo, all these different people. What makes you think that me working with you is going to get me on? Because right now, all I care about is the strength of perception for the artists that are around me.
Mm-hmm.
For the artists that are around me. I don't give a fuck about nobody else. So when somebody presents themselves like, oh, I feel like I can put you on as long as you give me a chance, I think that's kind of like a slap in the face. Because you would never go to Walmart and say, yo, I think you should give me something for free because I'm here, other people gonna come. You know how that's weird? That's weird, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead and talk, man.
Nah, I ain't got nothing to say to that.
Okay. You probably can tell I think about these things all the time.
Yeah, I can tell. I can see the frustration in your face.
Frustration?
Yeah.
No, that's me being hungry.
You got a vein popping out right here. That look like a Harry Potter scar.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Actually, I gotta.
Yeah, it looks like a cat scratched the shit out you.
No, I hit myself with a door.
Clumsy ass nigga.
Actually, it was one of those old school Lincoln, those old big Lincolns. And I opened the door. Oh, wow. Cut me. Crazy, huh?
Well,
that shit knocked me down the hill though. It did. We was on the side of the road.
That boy's built like a feather.
Yeah. Nah, I opened that door hard as hell. You said, cut me.
Tripping.
That happened last week. That was crazy.
Right. I'm all out of questions for now, but do you have something that you want to talk to me about? Do you have any particular questions that you feel like we can discuss?
Who's your favorite artist here? We're not trying to create a list.
Are you talking about like top 10 like rap famous rap?
No.
You talking about local rappers?
I say, who do you listen to? That's what I'm gonna say. Not who's the best, because I don't think any. Well,
are you saying local artists or are you saying
local
mainstream?
artists? Local artists.
Okay.
People from here. Who do you actually have on your playlist? Not ones that you support and you buy their stuff because you're a nice person
Yeah.
Just like you say, everybody else should be buying your stuff, right, Leo?
Right.
Right, Leo.
Right.
All right. So
that is crazy. No,
I'll answer it too.
Okay. Answer yours.
Not first.
Okay, that's crazy. Okay, that's crazy. No, I fuck with T Hell. AY. You know, AY the guy.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? AY Lou.
Hey.
AY Lou. Those Lou Cone, that's the home team right there.
Okay.
Fuck with Big Zip. You know, he's on my latest single, Toxic. Big Zip.
The Zipster.
You know, No Record Trill. Shout out to the home team.
Okay, home team. There's a lot of home teams here.
You know what I'm saying? They were they people from here.
Oh, okay. That's what you mean. Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, I listen to like a lot of people that's like from here. I don't listen to like people in other cities for real. I may hear some music, but I don't know like their whole catalog like that. These artists that I just list, I listen to their music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's tight.
Free Tazo.
Hmm?
Mind business. Who you be listening to? What are these local artists that you be listening to?
I'm just playing. So I listen to Leo Seasons,
Yeah, you know.
of course. I listen to J7, of course. I listen to Kelso, of course.
Yeah.
I used to listen to KY. I don't know who KY is. Kelso's like second hand. It's like they're like together.
That group.
I don't know if they're a group. I apologize if you guys are. I don't know. I know they're really cool with each other, and they kind of got each other.
I'll check them out.
Oh, I'm not gonna say the name of the artist, but like this song, because the reason I'm saying the song is because the artists don't like the song. They don't like the song, but I fucks with the song. And all my kids, all the dancers, every time I play the local artist songs at weddings and shit.
Damn, like, I had something on my lip. I was like, damn, I thought it was a little spider web that just dripped down. I was like, oh damn. Nah.
But I DJ weddings and stuff, and I play the songs, and everybody be like, "Who is this?
Mm-hmm.
This a new song?"
Yeah.
Red light, catch your bitch at the red light, yeah, that's my jam, bro.
Who's that
Big
about?
Zip
Okay.
and Gary from Illinois. Lou Tribe Jig from St. Louis.
Oh, see, I wasn't thinking like that far. If that's the case, shout out to my dude, J. Coast. He be out here doing his
I was
thing.
gonna say J. Coast too, because he cool.
He my favorite artist in St. Louis. And shout out to C's Real too.
I don't know about that.
Huh?
That's his favorite artist.
I don't listen to a lot of St. Louis artists, but he's one artist that I listen to, and I know he make good, consistent music.
Yeah, I feel
in my
like
opinion.
that's how I am about Lou Tribe. What do you think about Lou Tribe? Never mind. Go ahead.
I seen him perform once.
I know, but what do you think about the music?
Give me like a good Andre 3000.
Bro,
Like old
he
schools.
cold though.
Yeah.
He's slick as hell.
But
Can we talk about that?
what? When we talk about other niggas,
No,
they can come on the podcast.
the event.
We can talk about it. Let's talk about it. Okay, we finna get into some shit. All right.
Why you say that, man? Why you say that?
Come on, man. Let's talk about it.
No, why you say that?
Oh shit! I don't
You trying
know.
to say the event shit?
Don't say that.
Nah. Go ahead and introduce the fact, I guess.
How can I introduce the fact? I actually
All right,
was
so
what was
like
the question?
back in May, we had BU Fest for the first time. It was a big event. It at least the idea was a big idea. We
What's
had
the BU
it.
Fest?
The BU Fest is a concert festival. It's a festival basically to help promote our local artists, but not only local artists, surrounding area artists, of course, but to put them on a bigger stage with artists they would not necessarily be on the same stage with otherwise. So I feel like it was the opportunity for a lot of artists to put themselves in a better perspective for their fans and everybody else. I feel like the event overall went very well. It wasn't as successful as I wanted it to be. We had some bullshit happen, but I don't think it swayed us because the second day was just fine. We had all the support of the dancers. Like I said, I own Fingerprint Urban Dance Studio, so originally this idea came to be when I started working with artists and doing artist management. Then I decided, hey, what if we start every year, start having our dance battle and making it like a festival of hip hop, like a celebration of hip hop. And our festival is sort of like our recital at our studio.
Yeah.
We do dance battles and shit like that. We invite famous dancers here. Actually, one of them is in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Hey.
Shout out to Bam. But yeah, so that's essentially what we decided to do this year was try to go a little bit bigger. We had access to a bigger venue, 96 acres of land, a big mansion.
It was beautiful.
We had a barn for a second venue on the same property. We just had access to a lot. We had food. But of course, like the first time is never the best. I feel like that was my first time ever going outside of myself or the studio and asking people to help. And the people I asked to help were the same ones that kind of flip-flopped.
Yeah.
Or what I realized too is anybody that I offered to come for free to perform. Because yes, we did charge the artists because we were putting them on a platform that they would otherwise not have. And we have to pay for the venue, of course. I feel like because I didn't charge them, they didn't care as much. Mm-hmm. But the ones that did show up, I feel like cared, and even if they didn't care about how the event turned out afterwards, I feel like they cared enough to show up. Mm-hmm. And it at least put themselves in a position to perform or practice performing, whatever you want to call it. Overall, we had around 400 people throughout the second day come by. So I think that's a success. That's more than we've ever had at an event. And I think that's probably because of the venue. The venue was like just monstrous.
It was massive.
But that's where I want to grow from. I want to keep on growing the event to where artists are excited for it. So if you guys were artists there, I would like your feedback. If you were there just watching, I would like your feedback. But I will not be going outside of FingerPrint for help again, of course. Kind of scarred on that. But other than that, I think it was a good turnout.
With me being an artist and just being a fan to support the effort of you putting on that event, I can definitely tell when you were cornered and you're back against a wall and you still like overcame the BS that was thrown your way. So I applaud you on that. I think a lot of people take you for granted, and like you're things that artists would dream to have, and I think people, like I said, take it for granted, and not only do they not capitalize on it, they don't know how to like nurture the situation. Like I said, when I say nurture the situation, like
adapt and overcome.
Yeah. Not only that, just like going past your means to like just help with anything. So any type of help matters. But
it's kind of weird, man. Like I had an artist who was there and was seeing the setup, and they said the stage was too small, and I was like, "Yo, that's literally the stage that they use at the fair. Mm-hmm. Like that's the actual fair stage." And that just let me know, like instantly, like they didn't quite understand where they were or what I was trying to do. And so I actually told them, I said, "Hey, if you don't want to perform, you don't have to perform." And then they ended up leaving, and then they didn't show up for dress rehearsal, and they didn't perform at all. And so after the event, they apologized. Like, "Oh man, I didn't know it was going to turn out like that. The way it looked was professional and everything like that. Sorry I didn't come through." So as an artist, that's what I mean. You have to understand who you are and where you are in the world and what's happening around you, and not just looking around and being like, wham, wham, wham. I'm going to suck on my thumb. Stop crying about everything. And just sometimes you got to adapt and overcome, even if you think it's not acceptable to you. Like we had big artists coming, and one of them dropped off because she wanted to release a single. She wanted to record for her new single the day of the event, and then the other one canceled. So,
you want to say these artists' name?
Nope. You know why? Because like this is me. Like, just like I didn't say the other artist's name.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? I'm all about relationships, and I may ask them later on for something else. And the industry is very small, regardless of how big you think it is. Mm-hmm. It's very small. Had to be careful about who you step on. You don't know who knows who.
I hear you. That's fair.
Yeah, you bite the bullet sometimes.
Say this: you fire Leo seasons, I'm coming for you, and I won't stop coming. I'm gonna come for you.
That's crazy. But yeah, I think it was a good event. I think we're going to start planning this next month, and yeah, it's gonna keep happening regardless of who shows up and who doesn't. But I guarantee you, when the Show Me Center has things, you show up, but they never have anything hip hop. They never have anything Black influence.
You know why?
Of course. And today, actually, the rodeo has one day that they bring a Black artist. You know why? Because they know the value in bringing Black people, because that's money that they can put in their pockets. So, you know what doesn't make sense is you not showing up to a hip hop event ran by Black people.
Some people be spoiled, like whenever. So like,
how can you be spoiled if you've never had it?
But I'm saying though, like how somebody can be more socially inclined than others, they rather go out and drink instead of drinking at the house, even though it's going to save them a lot of money.
Yeah, I feel that.
Some people, when they get to a festival, when they think festival, they think in big ass WWE stage lights, fireworks, a lot of people. When somebody don't see that first thing, they may think like, "Oh no, this ain't it."
Well, that particular artist was there as I was setting up.
It don't matter.
That's crazy, huh?
Yeah, but I mean,
like he made that decision as soon as he saw we setting up. He was like, "Oh, I'm not doing it." So I really feel like, honestly, and I'm gonna say this, I really think it came down to it. We were in direct competition with one of our sponsors.
Yeah.
Who turned out not to be a sponsor. It was their last weekend open before the school actually shut down. So we had shuttles going to their place because they were a sponsor to pick up people. And they told our shuttles they were not allowed there. So it's kind of as if they used it for promotion to get people to come and then didn't allow them to get to the event. Because we had shuttles from Cape all the way to the mansion. Yeah.
Some
a lot of underground stuff that people don't know.
It's a lot of garment people, but you know who to work with moving forward, and you know who and who not to reach
Shout out to Club 7. Shout out to them. They shut down for the night and then showed up and performed. Shout out to them.
Shout out to Club 7.
Shout out to all the artists and all the people that came out.
Shout out, definitely big shout out to Avion.
Yeah.
J7, Tiana.
Them niggas stayed out there late too, boy. Ghost Signals was there.
Mm-hmm.
Brittany from the Celestial Sisters was there. She's like a fire dancer. I mean, we were supposed to have zip line there. We couldn't put the zip line up because we were afraid of the weather. It was supposed to rain that day. Both days. So we weren't able to put the zip line up. We weren't able to shoot fireworks because of how wet it was.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a lot of different things that happened.
Overall, though, it's like it was still a
good experience.
Yeah.
Minus me getting in a wreck after all that, though.
Good Lord. But you're still here with us.
Yeah.
Blessed.
Yeah. But can't wait for the next one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do we expect the Leo Seasons performance?
Motherfucker, I hope so.
Come to the next BU Fest. When is it? You got a date?
Oh, May 4th.
Next year?
May the 4th be with you.
So next year?
May the 4th be you.
So next year?
2024.
2024? Okay. 2024, expect the next BU Fest. Expect Leo Seasons to be there. It's not the end of it.
Oh, it's not
No. You gonna end my shit? I end my shit.
Oh, okay.
What you got going on? No, but now I want to thank you for sitting here with me today. Hopefully this can start some conversation. Hopefully we can get some artists to like come express their feelings on like things they feel that's holding them back. Just
what's some other stuff that you guys think are a problem within the hip hop community, within the artist realm or engineer or?
One thing, a lot of times, just how you say the DJs get left out, the producers get left out too. A lot of us rap on YouTube beats. Or at least I got my fair share of beats that I found off YouTube. And there's actual producers that I know, but I feel like they don't always have a sound that I'm looking for, but I want to work with them so bad. But I feel like as an artist, if you feel like you're an artist, you should be able to work around something, right?
So why are you saying that that's a problem?
Because it is. Because I have friends that shout out to Micheal Beats. I got friends that's producers, but like, when you hear a certain beat and it's just like, I can fuck with that. And then it's just like, man, I can't. But I don't mean no harm by it, but I still want to work with those people and I still want to see them win. But I do feel like artists should work with local producers more. No?
That's a part of knowing who you are. If you know you don't want that sound.
Yeah, but like
it is the producer's job to produce the sound that you want.
How are they supposed to know what sound you want if you don't shop with them?
And that's on you for not saying nothing. There you go.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't know what you're looking for
Closed
until you hear
mouths
it.
don't get fed.
I hear you, but sometimes you don't hear something until you don't know what you're looking for until you hear it. But like I said,
So
even though
that means, and on that part, it's the producer's job to be cultured.
I feel that
They have to travel themselves. They can't just say, "Hey, I'm a producer," and they lived in Cape all their lives and they've never traveled to another studio or been to a concert or anything like that. You have to culture yourself. Even if you're black and you're part of the hip hop community, just you still have to culture yourself. You have to go around and get under other influences to help your creativity.
I feel that
in sounds.
I feel that. But just like I said earlier, how I feel like certain artists can like build a relationship with an engineer so they can mix and have their sound right. You could do the same thing with a producer. I failed to do that myself, but I know a lot of producers that if I had the necessary means to give them better sound, I would. But also they get better too, you know. Not everybody first beat gonna sound like the 56 beat, but you got that consistency going to keep going.
True.
So it's gonna get better with time. But I do feel like there's a gap between the artists, the producers, and the engineers, and the videographers as well. It's like a big gap, but we all in the same bubble.
Why is that?
Why is what?
Why is there a gap between all of those?
A lot of it, guys. I mean,
I thought we were done. Sorry, guys. But
it'd be like that. But I don't know where's the gap. Sometimes a person gotta bite the bullet. Why not?
Bite the bullet. Like, what do you mean? Bite the bullet.
This guy don't shoot good videos, but I'm gonna have him shoot a music video. This guy don't make a good beat, but let me go rap on this beat.
What's that called? Fargo? Virgo?
Here you go with this word.
This word, okay.
I think this was gonna name this episode.
Okay, good. What does Fargo mean?
Here is some information about Fargo.
That's a place. What is it? Is it called Fargo?
I don't know what the word is. I don't use big words like that.
It's not even a big word.
You don't know what it means? Big word. Big definition.
Yeah, it's called Fargo.
Okay.
So Fargo,
Wells Fargo. That's the only Fargo I ever heard of. And like, how far will you go? That's the only Fargo.
No. So Fargo is something that the Jewish community really lives by.
Mm-hmm.
If there is someone in the Jewish community, they work with those people. So if they need a T-shirt and there's a person within their community that does that, they go to that person and they let them do the T-shirt. No matter how sucky it is, but they do critique them and then they give them another chance.
Yeah.
That's Fargo. So I feel like that's a little like what we need to adopt within our community, the hip hop community.
Yeah.
Because hip hop is not just, I mean, it is Black and Puerto Rican culture, but at the same time, there's a lot of people who are now part of the community. I mean, the whole world's a part of the community.
But at the same time, some people just think hip hop is rapping.
Yeah, I feel that.
It's not,
and they're not cultural enough to understand that. But Fargo is something that we need to focus on. So if you have any close friends or someone in your community that you know does a thing, does T-shirts or does music or does video, and you don't necessarily like what they have, that's up to you to speak up. Say, hey, look, I want to work with you, but this is just not what I'm looking for. Can you tweak it a little? And this is what I'm looking for. Like, give them an example and help them build. Now, I wouldn't say that everybody deserves that kind of energy, like I said earlier, but Fargo is the way to go. If you have friends around you that film, stick with the friends because you can grow together.
Yeah.
And that's way better than calling a professional videographer and asking them to do it for free.
Yeah.
Because they're going to put you on.
Shout out to my guy Sumo. He gonna be behind the camera here soon.
I've never met him before. So I agree.
He's actually on the song "Toxic" for me and Big Zip. That harmonizer.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah,
He just said, "Let me do something."
yeah. I thought he sounded like an idiot at first, but he did a little something. He put a little spice on the song for me.
Yo, you do know he about to be living here?
Who?
He gonna whoop your ass.
I'll beat the shit out of Sumo.
His name is Sumo, nigga. What the fuck?
I'll beat the shit out that boy.
He called you a boy.
Yeah, see, hey, Doc. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? God, knock his ass out. He wind up.
What is that?
His ass. What you talking about?
What is that?
But yeah, man. This is a good conversation we have. You don't have anything else you want to get off your chest for the day?
No, if you're an artist and you want to talk, hit up Leo.
Hit me up, man. If you want to talk.
If you want to debate me, hit me up.
If you want to have that crisp audio quality, come see Leo. See Leo. Yeah.
Hey, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Man.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I want to tell the artist this. Self-reflect.
What?
Consistently self-reflect. If you don't know what self-reflection is, go look it up. You'll figure it out.
But why are you saying this?
Because some artists don't listen to their own music.
No. I agree.
That's it. That was my last thing.
Okay, self-reflect. All right, man. This is the end of the episode 3 of the Variouz Vibez podcast. It's your boy Leo Seasons and
Crank.
from FingerPrint.
From
I said from FingerPrint.
FingerPrint.
FingerPrint Studios.
How the fuck is that a hard name?
FingerPrint. I think I'll be speaking with my teeth instead of my tongue.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for listening. And until next time, I am out.
Bye.
I didn't find it funny. All right, peace.